Hi, I'm Shannon of Fat Girl Fitness, and today I'm going to go through with you how to check your abdominal muscles post-pregnancy. Now, during pregnancy, we have a natural widening of that gap between our abdominal muscles, the rectus abdominis. So therefore, we need to then check to see how well they're coming back in together after we've had our baby and that expanding of the stomach. So if you want to safely roll onto your back, so if you just start go on your side first and then roll onto your back, that's going to be the safest way to put the least amount of pressure on your abdominal muscles, which is very important in those early stages after having your little one. So laying on your back with your legs bent, what I want you to do first is just do a little bit of a hip tilt. So just a tiny lifting up of the tailbone. And there's going to be 3 places we're going to check. So we're going to check the area on top of the belly button, around the belly button, and then below the belly button. So those 3 points we're going to check there. So what you need to do is you're going to lift up just slightly, taking the breath out, lift through the chest. Please do not crunch up. We don't want to put, again, any additional pressure on the abdominal muscles. It's just enough to engage those muscles very gently, holding up there. If you want to hold with your neck with one hand, do so. Otherwise, if you then feel this section here, so feel along the center line just above the belly button. And if you just move your hands side to side, you're going to feel a little groove. So you want to see how wide is that groove. So if you can fit 2 fingers, so 2 finger width into that groove, then that's what would be considered classed as diastasis recti. So that is a natural separation of the abdominal muscles. So you might need to get a little bit of time still. So I'll go through all these first and we'll have a talk about what we can do for that. So you're checking there and then check around the belly button. So you just want to feel around the belly button. It's a little bit harder to feel. There will be more of a gap there. And so just have a feel to see what sort of distance that is. Again, feel your fingers and then go down below the belly button, down towards the pelvic joints, then feeling and rubbing just side to side. Just have a feel in there. Rest your head if you need to, then lift back up. And again, just feel where your distance is. So if you, again, can fit 2 fingers in any of those 3 points, then that will be considered as having diastasis recti. But again, it depends how far along you are in your post-pregnancy, postpartum phase. So let's roll back onto our side and we're going to come back up to a seated position. So with any sort of diastasis recti, so that separation of more than a width of 2 fingers, that's for many, it's 1 in 2 women do have this during pregnancy. So it's nothing to worry about. And most women do recover naturally from that afterwards. However, some women don't recover as maybe quickly as you think or as strong support as you would think. So keep an eye on that. If you have any concerns whatsoever, please contact your health visitor or your GP and they can refer you on to a pelvic floor specialist or abdominal muscle specialist who will need physiotherapy to ensure that the muscles are going back into the right place safely and effectively. So with that, I'm going to just show you a really nice gentle exercise you can do in the very early stages after having your baby. So this is just to help you get connected to the muscles again. So what you can do this either sitting, standing. I'm just going to do it kneeling for now. So what you want to do is you want to put your hands on your stomach. So kind of cupping them, grab onto the sides here. I want you to take a big breath in, and when you breathe in through your nose, I want you to expand everywhere. So you're going to expand through the ribs from the front, the side, and the back. So you want to really create space. So big breath in through the nose, create that space, and then a big breath out through your mouth, and I want you to feel everything pulling in tight. Use your hands. So by having your hands on your body and helping the muscles move in the right direction, not pushing and forcing it, it's just to give you a bit more connection, the brain to the muscles. So we need to connect that breath with the muscles. So again, big breath in, expand and open, and a big breath out. So you want to work on this. So again, the rectus abdominis muscles are what we call it the 6-pack. which there's actually 8, those are the muscles that will be separated. So we want to get them back together. So that's what we're working on, is to pull them back in together safely so that there's no doming. So you want to be really careful with any movements coming straight up. So which is why we did the rolling down from the side. If you're coming straight up and you don't have that support and strength, that's putting a lot of additional stress and pressure on the abdominal muscles that we want to avoid. Just like with heavy lifting as well. That's something you want to avoid. So we're going to leave it at that. I will do another video to show you a few more exercises you can do once you have the go-ahead from, again, your GP or health visitor to restart exercise. So it will vary for everybody, especially depending whether it's a vaginal birth or a C-section. But start with those, get those belly breaths is what they're called. Get working on those whenever you can think of it. So I know your brain is everywhere right now, but on any little moment that you remember, try to do it, right? Thank you for joining me, and I will see you soon.